Welcome back, folks, to the Business Blast on TED Mag. This episode of the show is sponsored by Satco. Go to satco.com. That's satco.com. They do the right thing. They do the light thing. We do the right thing. We do the light thing. Greggy, what's happening?
That's right. Here we are with another business blast, it sounds like.
And I'm all zenned out for the blast.
That's good. Satco put you in a Zen mode because they do everything right. That's what's important.
Yeah, Satco. Go to satco.com, baby. That's satco.com. So you know what's interesting is that, do you know the meaning? The word should and could are very similar. They're often replaceable in a sentence, right?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Right? But should is a bad word. And it actually has a different etymology than could. So if I said to you, hey, Greg, you should read this book. Greg, you could read this book.
Gives me the option.
Right?
Yep.
So when you say to someone could, hey, you could read this, and here's why. What it does is position yourself as an equal to that person.
Then lets me decide, not you.
It actually opens them, makes them far more likely to take your recommendation, actually. So all the sales peeps out there that are, going around saying, you know what you should do? You should screw off is what you should do, buddy. You know what I'm saying? But you got to remove that word and that attitude that comes behind it. So the word should comes from the German word Schuld, which means guilt or owe. Okay? So when you're saying the English word should, what you're doing is you're taking the legacy of a long tradition and saying that someone must do this because they owe it to you. And in conversation from one person to another, it implies superiority. Okay. So if I say Greg should do something like X, Y, or Z, or customer X, you should do this, you're immediately putting the person into an unconscious position of defensiveness.
Okay.
If one uses the word could, what you're doing is saying, we could look at it this way, or we should look at it this way. Why should we, Greg? Well, because I said so. Like should is a very, very, very confrontational word. And a lot of people use it, and it can almost always be replaced by could, creating an equal dynamic between person, and could creates interest. Well, why could we do it? Well, we could do this because then if we do it, you're going to have this result. But if we do it this way, we're going to have that result.
But aren't there instances where it makes sense to use the word should? Like, let's take a doctor. He comes to you and he lays it all out. You lay all your issues out, and he goes, you should do this. That's okay use of should, isn't it?
Well, let's say you're a smoker.
Don't you want a should in that case?
Let's say you're a smoker. Okay. And you're have you ever met a committed smoker who thinks that smoking's not bad for them?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like you ever talk to these people?
Yeah.
Like, are you crazy? Listen, man, I like to have a couple beers. I know it's not good for me, but hey, sure is fun. Smoking's fun. I'm sure it's great. Everybody that I know that smokes loves to smoke, right? Smokers love to smoke. But I've actually met smokers that are in complete denial, of the health effects. They think it's a scam, and they think it's like made up, and that smoking doesn't really kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. And if the doctors were to say to them, you should quit smoking, it makes them far less likely to quit. If the doctor said you could quit smoking, and here would be the results, or you could continue to smoke, and here's what I believe the results of that would be. Okay. And here's what the statistics say. So could is almost always better than should. The only people that, I don't even know, I think it's always better to present things in a way, even police officers, you could slow down. I'm going to give you a ticket today. Next time you could think about slowing down. And then I wouldn't have to give you a ticket. Right? It immediately removes the hostility. immediately just by changing that word. I don't even think you could say could with the kind of kinesics, body kinesics and body language and tone of voice that can denote superiority or hostility. I don't think it's even possible.
Do you know the origin of the word could, like you do should, or not?
I don't know the etymology.
Okay.
Of the
Etymology.
Also German.
Is it German as well?
Können.
Oh, there we go.
For
Okay.
can.
Can. There you go. Yeah. Können or can. So they're very similar and they're replaceable with one another, but should just imply so much negativity that it needs to be eliminated. I got an idea. Go home tonight to Nikki and say, you know what, Nikki? You should straighten out your act. See where it gets.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, it won't go far.
Yeah. Or go to your mother or father. You should do this. You know what you should do? You should sell your cottage.
But what if you are a person in a position of authority where you need that direction? Then do you use the word should?
You can't empathize with the word should. You can only empathize with the word could.
And empathy is important, as we all know.
Yeah, in the last episode, we talked about empathy. So could is the empathy word, and should is the pity word.
Got it.
Right? So when you're pitying, you know what you should do? You should quit smoking. You know what you should do? You should quit driving so fast, and then I wouldn't have to give you these tickets. It immediately implies a negative inflects it right into the conversation. In fact, I challenge anyone to come on my show and say should in a positive way. Folks, this has been the Business Blast, where we're going very zen. We're dropping words from our vocabulary.
Get back to zen mode.
You got to drop it back out. I should have turned my phone off there. Folks, we're going to go to satco.com and we're going to go to satco.com because we do the right thing. We do the light thing down there. And they got all the products that you need. So go to satco.com. Thank you for listening.